Hello guys, my name is Kaimana and today I'm going to be giving you a book review on Who Was Claude Monet. So first of all, I'd really want to thank the author, let's see who it is, by Anne Waldron, or however you pronounce that name. I'd really like to thank you for making this book because, so if you don't know who Claude Monet is, one of his famous, or maybe some people could say his most famous, art collection are the water lilies. And I mean, I really like those, but I never knew who drew them. I mean, I never knew who painted them. But I'm really happy because this photo, I mean, they edited Claude Monet in there, but this photo without all the things for a title or a book cover, I really like that photo. So huge shout out to Anne Waldron for making this book, because now I know who Claude Monet is, and I know that he drew the water lily. So I really like that. And now let's get into the book review. So Claude Monet was born on November 14th, 1840. And if you may or may not know that, artists don't get a lot of income. So including Claude Monet, he had a really hard time, including Vincent van Gogh, Picasso, and a bunch of other famous artists that you guys probably know. Like, you guys maybe know who Picasso is, who Vincent van Gogh, and maybe, just maybe, some of you know who Claude Monet is. So, well, artists sell their art really expensive for just a few dots and a few dashes, but some of them also sell really cheap for one of the water lilies. And well, not exactly the water lilies, but there's the amount of detail with the water lilies, and some people sell that for, well, maybe really cheap, like maybe a few $100s, because I mean, it's really beautiful. And speaking about the fact that Starry Starry Night is, I believe, $100 million, and wow, that thing's just beautiful. I mean, if I had the money right now, like maybe a few $1 billion, I'd buy it right now. I mean, just looks beautiful. I don't know if it's on sale, but I read an article online that it says it's $100 million. So, Claude Monet, he had a really bad childhood. He didn't really like school, and his family was really poor. And also, when he was growing up, some days he'd earn a lot of money for selling his drawings when he was really young, and also when he was older. Like, he lived to be 80 years old and some change. So Claude Monet, well, he was a boy who drew funny pictures of his neighbors, sold them for some money. Like, let me find it right now. See right there. Those are his neighbors. His drawings, and put them on the windows. Claude sold many of his pictures. The store owner introduced him to a local painter. His name was Eugene Boudin. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Eugene Boudin, he usually painted seascape or landscape pictures. He didn't really draw portraits at all, but he usually he kind of did sometimes. But I'm kind of an art fan, so I really like drawing. I'll maybe include it in one of my other videos, but I have a bunch of drawings over there of some anime stuff and just a bunch of stuff. And well, I hope you guys like it. And so we're gonna have another video about that, but right now we're talking about Claude Monet. So he hated school, and well, in 1858 he meets Eugene Boudin, or however you pronounce it. But Claude Monet, he was a world famous painter, but not at that time, because he was only a small kid in a small town. So then he grew up and he started painting again. And well, then he met this girl called Camille Bonchau or something. It's the last name that I don't know. But he married her, he liked her, and well, they had 2 children. I think 2. But so let me get some stuff, because I want this to be in chronological order. So his father liked soccer, and in 1883 he he just painted again. He started painting again. In 1859 he moved to Paris. So Now we can get on to the children. 1867, Jean Monet is born. In 1878, Michael Monet is born. So sadly, both of their children were like sick at a very young age. So well, Claude Monet had friends at art school, and they were I believe. Wait, give me a second. So he met these are his friends, Basile, Renoir, and Sisley, and their friends told him to like he was in his mid-60s, so they were really good friends, and they usually encouraged him to draw paintings because usually he had a very short temper and he usually threw paintings into the water that he didn't like. So that's Claude Monet. He had that kind of short-tempered, but he had a long beard. So sadly, John dies in 1911. Alice dies, and so first he had a girlfriend, Alice. He married Alice in 1892, but sadly in 1911 Alice died. 1892 he starts drawing lilies, and so you might be wondering like why is he famous for his water lilies? Well, it's because he actually has a pond in his backyard. Well, not now because, well, if you probably didn't know, Claude Monet is dead, because if he was, he'd be like around 200 years old right now. So Claude Monet, he had a pool almost this pond almost the size of this room, and he basically made it twice or three times bigger by buying more land. But that's when he was getting a lot of income by selling his art, and mostly people were impressionists on his art, which it means in this book that they didn't really like his art. Like people said it was very sketched, very rushed, and he painted 30 paintings in a year. Well, in a month, and then not in a year, because that would be way too long. So people said, I bet he drew all of these in one afternoon. There was basically just a lot of haters on Claude Monet's side. So that was really sad, and he actually named one of his paintings Impressionists. He had a gallery, no, it was a salon. That's what they called it at that time. And he named it Impressionist Salon. And that kind of gave people the feeling that they shouldn't be all mean to him, but some people still were. So, so he joined the army, but after 2 years he got typhoid fever. I think that's how you say it, and he had to leave because usually you have to serve 7 years in the army, but he only served 2 because he got typhoid fever. So he had a lot of struggle in his life, and well, you might not know him, but he's a world famous painter. He was a young soldier in Africa. He was a boy who drew funny pictures of his neighbors. So 1926 the artist sadly dies, but in 1927 to honor him, the museum, the Orangey Museum, I think, yeah, I think the Orangey Museum, or there's like probably an accent that I'm missing on here, but they honored him by displaying actually his water lily collection in there, and well, it probably made him really happy if he was still alive, but sadly it was 1 year after he died. So that's the story of who was Claude Monet. I hope you liked my book review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I'm sorry this isn't going to be a really long one. There was just not a lot to talk about. So I hope you liked my book review, and see ya.